But before I say questions, before we get to that, I just have to say what a class act that was on Seton Hall's part, and Coach Willard's part to do that. He did not have to do that. That was class. That was class. That was unexpected. That was class. You work so hard, you never know how games are going to turn out. But it's one thing for me to say, hey, we're going to put Tyler out there, and I'm willing to waste the time out to get him right back out. It's another thing for the opposition to understand how important this was to us, to him, and to understand that sometimes things are more important than whether the ball goes in the basket or not. And I just have to take the time to thank him and just point what a class act that was on their part. Questions?
So just to start there, though, your thoughts, just watching Tyler go through the pregame ceremony and being on the court, and what you just lead everything that's kind of led up to this. What do you think about the whole moment?
There's only one way it could have been better. His mama, Miss Darlene, because of the weather, couldn't make it up here. His father's in the back there, but it would have been. That's the only thing that could have made it better. But I was worried that he was so excited, so anxious, he may have a heart attack just from being excited out there. I'm glad Isaac got the tip, but it was a special moment. It was a special moment, something we decided to do, and we were fortunate to get a waiver, and it's something that's, I hope and think that was special to him.
Tyler, what did it feel like to put the uniform on and go out there and play?
It felt a little weird at first. After I came out the game, I didn't really have the same intensity that I usually have, like getting on to guys, because I'm used to being in the suit. But it felt good, especially with it being the last home game, and get an opportunity, to do warm-ups and see how it really feels to be a player.
I told him after the game he took the day off. It was the first time in 3 years where Tyler pretty much sat there like the rest of the players. Just because you have on that uniform, you still have a job to do.
What's the condition of Smith Rivera, and how do you think your team adjusted to his absence?
We could have been better. I thought, I didn't know until 15, 20 minutes before the game, so it's not like something we planned. He banged knees, tweaked his knee in the Butler game. He went out for warm-ups today, and he just said, I feel weak. And so after meeting with our medical staff, just decided this was not a coach's decision. He couldn't play. So that caught us off guard, to be honest. We prepared all the last couple days as if he were going to play. I don't think it's serious. I don't anticipate him missing. We play Thursday. I don't anticipate me missing any part of the Big East tournament, but we'll see.
Coach, talk about that waiver that you had to get from the NCAA and how long it took. I guess it just goes to the importance of how important this man was, or this young man was for you, that you went through the arduous process of putting in the time to get the waiver, and that it came through, that you were able to reward him like that.
Well, for that we need to thank our compliance officer. I forget what his exact title is, Associate Director. I know his name. I'm just trying to get his title right now. Dan Trump, who was the liaison who worked with the NCAA to make this happen. But this is something that should have happened, and I'm fortunate that people that make those decisions realize that.
Coach, was this your idea, or did other players on the team come to you and say we should try to get Tyler to play, or who's?
No, this was my idea. We were going to do this no matter what. Might have been willing to do it even if we had lost the waiver.
As for the game itself, Jabril, career high, 19 points, steps up with Devontae out. His performance and also just to tie it in with Hakeem. He was pretty emotional during the pregame, just sort of how he was able to channel that into the game.
Well, I'm gonna miss him, a lot. Now, hopefully we have 10 or so more games together. But it's senior night. It's not surprising that they all were emotional. He just showed his differently. It's an emotional time when you realize, okay, this is the last time in this building I'm gonna have an opportunity to wear this uniform with this group of guys. That's emotional. I remember my last game. He will remember this. They both will remember this game. They all will remember this day for the rest of their lives. And so his performance today was needed. I mean, he played like a senior whose team had one of their key guys out. And that's I mean, I'm glad he's with us, to say that.
Jabril, just your words, your comments on the day. Obviously, the emotions spilled out pregame. Just kind of talk about those moments.
Well, like I said on the TV interview, Georgetown is a special place for me. I want to thank Coach Thompson for giving me the opportunity to come play here because it changed my life. And it helped me grow up as a person and as a basketball player over the last 4 years. So, I mean, it just was really emotional for me. My family was there, so it just meant a lot. It was very special to me. I just hold a special place with Georgetown. So.
And Tyler, I mean, as you talked about the moment building up to it, was it what you thought it would be? I mean, the crowd, not just teammates, but the crowd acknowledged your work, your journey. Kind of talk about that and how emotional that was. It wasn't just teammates. It was 10, 12, 15,000 people.
Honestly, I really didn't know what to expect. I mean, I was getting a lot of text messages, more a lot of phone calls. But, yeah, it was very emotional. I really hadn't even had time to, sit down and really think about it because so much has been going on in the last couple of days. Like a lot of people bothering me, so it was probably what I expected.
I mean, with what happened to you, you obviously could have pouted and it could have gone another direction. Your father spoke to us earlier that this is the character that you have. Could you talk about how you've changed or how you've taken that maybe negative experience and turned it into a positive one through your tenure here at Georgetown?
I mean, like I've been telling people the last 2 years, I'm really not a person to mourn or pout because I know other people in life have worse situations than I have. So, I mean, I knew it wasn't the end of my life, and Coach Thompson gave me opportunities to be a part of the team, and that really helped me get over it. I mean, a lot easier than probably what I normally would have. And like I said, like I've attended every practice, game, road trip. So I mean, it's still like I'm on the team. I just don't play.
Coach, second half, did you tell you guys to come out and pick up the pace, not only off of misses, but after makes as well?
We just wanted to get stops. I probably was as anxious going into that game as any in quite some time, to be honest. And so, halftime we just scored 0-0. We have to go out and play. And then Jabril got us going, started second half, and then they clawed and fought their way back, and we missed foul shots. And it ends up being a tight game. But we always want to be aggressive. We always want to push it. As you've heard me say many times, sometimes we lose focus on it. You have to get the stop and the rebound before you can get out in transition.
Coach, with Devontae's out today, how do you think Trey Campbell did handling the ball, especially against the full court press they put on him towards the end?
How do you think he did?
I thought he did quite well.
I agree. No, little Trey's a player, and so like we said, it was maybe 12 minutes on the clock when we realized, when we were out of close, 17 minutes when we realized Devontae wasn't playing. Trey, and it's no big deal. I mean, he does it every day in practice. He's going to sleep well tonight. The minutes that he played, but I thought he did what he was brought here to do.
Joe, in the back.
Tyler, in 20, 30 years, we asked your dad this when you're sitting on a porch, kind of reflecting on things. What do you think you'll remember most about the last 48 hours? Maybe finding out that you're going to play, actually playing, the dunk. What do you think is going to be the most?
Before he answers that,
yes, sir.
He's going to be retired in 20 years? He's going to be nice. That's nice. He'll live a good life for me for 20 years. I'm sorry, go ahead. You said 20 years. I'm doing the math.
Honestly, probably the day Coach told me because he brought the team together and told me, and I thought it was a joke. Then, so they'll probably be the most memorable moment within the last 48 hours or 72 hours. Told me Thursday.
Thank you.
John, you said you were particularly anxious for this game. Why this game?
A couple of things. As much as I had decided we were going to honor, or whatever, how you want to word it, Tyler today, you worry that what message is that sending the guys? Do they think, okay, it's fun and games, this game, and just, no matter how much you tell 18 and 22-year-old boys something, they hear something different. They see something different. So I think that was part of it. And just knowing the importance for us as it relates to going into the Big East tournament, knowing that that's a team who is capable of going on runs. They're very good offensive players. That I just wanted to make sure I was nervous because I was worried about whether we were going to be focused to do what we had to do.
Adam?
Right before the tip, you were standing back there, kind of piping the dust off your shoes. What was going through your head in that moment? Do you remember kind of what you were thinking, what you were looking at, what you were seeing?
I mean, honestly, I was trying to figure out what type of move I was going to do. But then Seton Hall coach, I thanked him after the game. He made it a lot easier for me, so that was the main thing.
Coach, 20 wins now for 5 years out of the last 6. Just going to talk about that journey. What's it mean to you? Obviously, consistency, team grinding through another year and putting 20 up on the board. So we just talk about that.
It means I've been fortunate to have great players. And I've been fortunate to have players that like playing together, fortunate to have players that believe in what we're doing and how we're doing it. And when you get those things, you get 20 wins.
Anything else?
John, you guys were preseason.
We don't have to rush, Max.
You guys were preseason picked, finished second, you finished in the top for second. You get the second seed based on the Butler win. But at times during the year things were up and down. Was there a point in the year where you thought maybe that this wasn't going to happen if you guys working it and get to this spot?
You know the answer to that question, or you know how I'm going to answer that question, I should say. During the course of the year, there's at no point did I stop and think, ooh, we need to get to the second seed. It was always, let's win the next game. And if you win enough next games, you turn out in a good position. And so, you know, the nature of our league is so tough. It's so tough, and you've heard me say someone has to be number 1, someone has to be number 10. But the differences between 1 and 10 are small, are minuscule. And, you know, fortunately we had enough wins. Unfortunate that we didn't have enough wins to be number 1. Fortunate we didn't have enough wins to be number 2. Is it a surprise? No, at any point in the league was oh, woe is me, we're going to end up near the bottom of the league? No, I never thought that. But in terms of sitting back and analyzing during the course of the game, in the course of the season rather, where you're going to end up, I think I'm going to go back and do that right now. Now we're here and see what wins. Does anyone know who we play? Has that been settled yet? No. Okay. See, my junior coach knows the answer. Knows exactly what time we know the answer.
Anything else? Dylan?
Jabril, when you found out that Devontae wasn't playing today, did you feel a little extra burden to be more aggressive offensively and create some offense?
Well, I definitely knew I would have to set the tone, which I try to do every game. But this time I came out, I was able to give my teammates some open shots in the beginning. And that's what I do. I'm a team player. I don't really try to force too much, or I just like to be aggressive. And I know that me being aggressive is going to get other people shots, and if I'm able to go to the rim and finish, then that's what I'm going to do. So I'm all about the team. So today I was able to come out, give my teammates open shots, and I was able to get to the rim. So.
Thank you, everyone.